What is your strategy for learning? Great question. Saw this recently on Twitter. Loved it. Most of you know who've been following me that I'm huge into personal and professional development. For me, it's been reading an average of 12 books a year for 20 years. That's how I've developed myself in my role from starting a sales career right out of college after I had my education degree to building it into my career at Service Express, first as a sales manager, then VP of sales, then president, and now CEO, right? I wasn't really taught to do any of those in college. In college, I learned how to learn. And then outside of college, I continued to learn how to learn and apply that learning into my specific field of knowledge that I was in. Again, sales and now executive leadership. So 12 books a year for 20 years adds up to a lot. You can do the math over a couple hundred there. And even now that's evolved. My strategies evolved for that. So it used to be, I'd say leaders are readers, and you had to read, and that's how you kind of remember things and apply it. And I still do that for the most part. But now I've incorporated audible learning. So sometimes it's books while I'm driving around to and from the office or on other road trips. Most of the times, though, it's podcasts. I have a few favorites: How I Built This on NPR, Scaling Up, and the Prof G, Scott Galloway podcast that I like a lot. And so those are where I feed my brain now when I'm in the vehicle. Still continue to read. And then, of course, conferences, magazine articles, Twitter, as I recite here quite often, online articles. My executive team and I are always sharing information back and forth. So there's a lot of different ways that I have for learning. So that's my strategy, and it's evolved over time. And I really like that idea because we promote professional development here at Service Express. And what I really want is for somebody to have a strategy for learning, which means be intentional about it, be purposeful about it, be consistent about it. It's like saying, what's your strategy for working out, or your strategy for eating healthy, or your strategy for retirement down the road? Whatever it is in your goals, you should have a strategy. You should have a plan for it. And learning is no different. And so I really encourage you to think about your strategy for learning, what it is, what works best for you. How do you learn best? By the way, one of the best practices I do when I read a really good book, and I read it on my Kindle app on my iPhone, is I can highlight passages in it, and it creates a book summary for me, and I turn it into a Word document, and I save these summaries. So part of my strategy for learning is also going back. I don't have to keep all the books, and I read through my summaries because some of these books are so timeless and classic, and it's good to be reminded about this. So think about what your strategy for learning is. It's still only early second quarter 2022, so lots of time to get after it, to learn, grow, and develop. Remember, always growing, always evolving.